Greetings, Algebra 1 students. So in this video, I'm going to get you started with some of the material in Chapter 3. Chapter 3, in part, is about learning how to simplify expressions that have exponents in them. This is something that you did take a look at last year in 8th grade, and so we're going to revisit it and add a few more levels to it this year, okay? So first, I just want to start by reviewing with you what an exponential expression is. What if we take a look at the expression a to the 5th power, okay? In this expression, a is considered the base of the exponential expression, and the 5 is our exponent. When we simplify an exponential expression, we can simplify it by expanding the expression based on what it means to be an exponent. So for example, if I have the exponential expression x to the 3rd, the way I expand that is thinking about exactly what it means to cube something. Cubing a number or a variable means I'm multiplying it by itself 3 times. So x to the 3rd literally means x times x times x. And so that's what we'll be doing to see how many of each part of the expression we have, and then we'll work on combining things together, okay? For example, if I want to expand y to the 7th power, that's y times itself 7 times. Or if I want to expand 5 times the quantity, 2 times m to the 3rd power, I need to think about what is being raised to the 3rd power. Remember, exponents only see what they're directly attached to. This 3 is raising everything in the parentheses to the 3rd power. So the 5 is actually not being touched by that exponent, but the 2m is being raised to the 3rd power, so it's being multiplied by itself 3 times. And when we expand, sometimes then it becomes a little bit more clear how to combine things together. Remember, multiplication is commutative, so that means we can switch the order of things. Another way to write this expression is to say it's 5 times 2 times 2 times 2 times m times m times m. I just took everything and rewrote it in a different order so that I have all of my numbers next to each other and all of my variables next to each other. Now I can multiply numbers with numbers and letters with letters. 5 times 2 is 10, 10 times 2 is 20, and 20 times 2 is 40. And if I look at the variables, m times itself 3 times is m to the 3rd power. Let's try one more like that. What if we try to expand x cubed raised to the 2nd power? Well, inside the parentheses, x cubed is x times itself 3 times. And then if I square everything inside of the parentheses, I have x times x times x times itself again, which really means I have 6 x's being multiplied together, so x cubed to the 2nd power becomes x to the 6th power. Let's try a few more examples together. We're going to simplify all of these expressions by expanding and then combining like terms or reducing. In this first problem, x to the 5th over x to the 2nd, in the numerator, raising x to the 5th power means that we're going to multiply x by itself 5 times. And in the denominator, squaring x means we're going to multiply it by itself twice. When we have a fraction and we have the same thing in the numerator as we do in the denominator, it reduces to 1. So it's kind of like how 3 over 3 reduces to 1. Well, in the same way, x over x reduces to 1. So for every x that we have on the top and the bottom, we can cancel it out with each other. X divided by x is 1. X divided by x is 1. And this is how we reduce a fraction that has variables in it. Now that I have crossed off all pairs that I can, what's left is my reduced answer. I have 3 x's in the numerator, it's x to the third power. For this problem, I'm simply going to expand x squared, x times x, and then multiply it by x cubed, x times x times x. Now I have 5 x's in a row. That simplifies to x to the 5th power. In this problem, I'm going to expand my k's. So I have 16 times k to the 3rd power, which is k times k times k, over 8 times k squared, k times k. Just like I did in the first problem, I'm going to cancel pairs of k's on the top and the bottom. Every pair of k over k reduces to 1. So there's one pair, and there's another pair. And also when we have numbers in these fractions, we reduce those like we would a regular fraction. 16 over 8 would reduce to 2 over 1 because 8 goes into 16 twice and 8 goes into itself one time. So in its final reduced form, this fraction is 2k. And you can put it over 1 at the bottom if you'd like, or you can just write it as 2k. And for our last example, we have 6x cubed times y divided by 2y. So again, I'm going to expand any variable that has an exponent. So I'll rewrite the 6. I'm going to expand x cubed, which is x times x times x. The y is to the 1st power, so I'll just write it like that. And on the bottom, I have 2 times y. The exponent for this y is a 1 and this y is a 1. If it's not written there, it's just understood it's a 1, okay? Now I'm going to go through and simplify this fraction, numbers with numbers, variables with variables, okay? So 6 over 2, that reduces to 3 over 1. Then I take a look at the x's and take a look in the numerator and denominator and see if there are any that I can cancel. I have 3 x's in the numerator and none in the denominator. So there's nothing to cancel there. X times x times x. And now I look at the y's. I have 1 y in the denominator and 1 in the numerator that can cancel with each other. And so now all my y's are gone. So my final simplified form is 3 times x to the 3rd power. What I'd like you to do now is get some practice with this. I'd like you to try problem 3-3 in section 3.1.1. You can put this in your notes. For each problem, expand each variable according to what its exponent is, and then use some of the ideas we talked about for reducing or combining like terms together, and come up with the final simplified version of each exponential expression. When you come back to class next, we will go through these together. Okay? Good luck.